Another potential option too is we have been practicing with the head collar, like I mentioned, a little bit on and off. Ready, Zeusy? Find it. So what I like to sometimes do too is practice sometimes wearing gear while also including a little bit of play. Ready, Zeus? Where's the toy? Good job. So the benefit of sometimes practicing a little bit with multitasking is then this could give him the option to sometimes when he's wearing this new piece, it's not attached to anything gear-wise like a leash. He can just kind of get a little comfortable with the sensation while also doing other fun things. So he really likes the flirt pole. He says the sheepskin is his favorite one. So sometimes it can be nice to also just pair some chews or lick items. But a lot of times I like to do it with movement behaviors. So obviously for Mr. Handsome, getting him up and wiggling to go catch the critter is another great way to get him up and moving. And then that way he's less interested in the new sensation on his face. But remember, you do want to go at his rate. So if let's say Mr. Z was showing signs that, you know what, this was a little bit too fast of a step, or I'm not feeling quite as cozy, remember he should be able to still do all the fun stuff he normally can do while wearing it. So it wouldn't be one of those things where you would ever leave it on him unsupervised, always while you're there. But I know for a lot of the service dogs that are wearing head collars, they typically will start off with sometimes the puppies just wearing them as they're getting their meals, as they're going and doing some other fun practice. So that way, the head collar can start to equal this fun association and not necessarily always here it comes and now we have to like get, told what to do with the gear on. So remember, the gear shouldn't create the behavior. It's just going to be there as, again, your training wheels like a safety net to make sure he or you do not become harmed while he's sometimes moving and practicing and sometimes gets a little excited. So again, the head collar, just another great way for him to decompress and get cozy with it is to try a little bit throughout the play. So again, right now he's been having more fun playing with the flirt pole than he is worried about the head collar. So, but this one I believe is a size 4. So hopefully the one that you grabbed is large enough for the handsome guy because you want there to be plenty of space for his mouth to open and pant and be used normally. So again, ready, Zeus? He's like, I really love the flirt pole. Ready? We'll do a little find it. Nice job. So then he's up and wiggling. We'll get the flirt pole up and moving too. Ready? Zeus, nice catch. Oh my goodness, you're so agile. Good boy. So, but definitely head collar paired with something fun could be another great way to work it. Ready? You can go get that toy. Oh my goodness, he's so good. He's so almost got it. Oh, he threw one of his toys, one of his snacks rolled away and he had to go get it. Nice catch. Ready? Go get that toy. So again, it keeps falling out of his jowl, the toy, the snack that he keeps dropping. You almost got it. Good job. So you'll see that I'm not really making the flirt pole move too much either. I don't want him to slip and fall. He's kind of a gangly teenager right now. So we're just been practicing grabbing and letting go and then grabbing again. So that way he's still working that little on-off switch. Ready? But he's not, for example, leaping up high or chasing it too quickly because I don't want him to slip. Even though the traction in here is quite nice, he sometimes gets a little bit like a drunken sailor. So right now he's going and doing some beautiful find its. We're going to have our toy up and wiggling again, and we can get him up and moving to try to catch that friend. Nice job, Zeus. What a good boy. But you'll see that he's still interested in going and doing his lovely find its, and he bounces back and forth between some play. Ready? And if he has a little bit of a moment where he gets a little bit flustered, I don't want him to end on a note where he's getting really distracted by the head collar. So right here, I'm going to do a nice big find it, get him to relinquish again, get him to go ahead and feel comfortable with a nice big find out on the floor. And then I took away the head collar. So we only just played with the head collar on for a few minutes because I don't want him to always think head collar equals, something bad or overwhelming or too stressful. So we kept it nice and short and sweet, and now we can do a little bit more with our playtime. And then that way it's not too flustering for the handsome guy. But I think the head collar will be a nice option for both of you guys. And this doesn't mean the head collar has to be something he does forever. So sometimes it could be in certain situations. But remember, we don't want the head collar to be the bringer of the bad or the frustration or the anxiety. So if the only time you bust out a head collar is when you're going for a walk, in environments where things become hard for him, then the head collar is the bringer of those scary situations. So make sure the head collar is practiced even at home, in the yard, in the home, inside the house, around the home, on easy peasy walks, not just always the ones we've deemed hard where we can't wrangle him as easily for us. Ready? Want you to know to find it? So if, again, the gear is only paired with the difficulty, then that means the gear is the bringer of those hard moments for him as well. So make sure, again, it stays benign and comfortable where nothing is again, paired with the instant too hard. He's doing a real nice job. Ready, Zeus? Drop. Nice, good, drop it. Here we go. Little jackpot for the letting go. Smart man, you ready? So we'll do it. He's like chewing and running is very hard. Nice catch. So, but for the beautiful boy, we'll probably give him a little breather. He was doing a very nice job with some of his previous skills. And again, they're the same ones he's been sort of building on. So we'll maybe do a little bit of a break for the handsome guy, but definitely with the head collar, just the main goal is take your time. Don't pair it instantly with the things you were having a hard time with him physically or mentally, because we don't want it to be the thing that is the precursor to things that are hard for the handsome boy. Good job, sir. So we'll maybe do a teeny bit more play, and then we'll take a little break. Ready? We'll go find, oh, good job. Go get that bad boy. Oh my goodness, he's like a gangly little moose. Good job, Zeusy. What a good job. You gonna do a little drop? So smart. But really, he's doing a beautiful job. I'm super excited too that he's going to be in for the next time. Ready, Zeus? So I know they still have Thursday as well, but they're going to be, I know for him and Miss Pepper, they registered for the structured play. So again, that's going to be where, as opposed to necessarily doing the doggy day school, they're working, you know, some skills and some behavior. They're going to be mostly working on the social aspect of interaction with each other and other dogs, but at the same time also feeling comfortable and able to take breaks throughout the play, and then be also sort of more relaxed and cozy while hanging out near friends. So it should be still a really fun adventure for the two. And I know we have another pup that I know of as well who joined. So we'll see how all the beauties do with some of that play. Ready? Find it. But again, Mr. Z is doing a splendid job. He's like, lady, I don't want to be done with my flirt pole. I know, it's your fave. So we'll do a nice big little find it over here. Take a little breather from our friend. But for homework's sake, when practicing, definitely feel free. If, like, let's say he really loves doing certain skills, I would recommend for now with the head collar, though, do movement behaviors. So find it, loose leash walking without the head collar being attached. It's just his body harness instead. He could be enjoying certain chews or lick items if they're very exciting. So that way he starts to pair the head collar with nothing strenuous or difficult. And that it can also be the thing that brings you even more benefits of like chews or lick items or even playtime. So, but he did a very good job. So awesome work, my handsome boy. And then we'll give him a little breather.